Bike blogger here. This is what's left of my bike. So I was in an accident. A driver ran a red light and hit me, and this is the result. The front wheel got bent a little bit. It's hard to see on the camera. You can see a dent right there maybe. Caused the tire to pop on impact. Dented frame here, it's actually compressed, got smashed. You can see on the top tube right there. And also the down tube was smashed in as well, so it kind of crumpled like a front bumper on a car. This is a steel frame bicycle, by the way. You can see really pretty clearly there, the frame is kind of smashed in. The handlebars ended up like this. They got knocked out of whack when the impact happened. I'm okay. I think the bike, I think it saved my life. Grateful to be alive. Yeah, crazy experience. Not much you can do in that situation. You know, I just kind of swerved a little bit to the left because I was already turning left and braked as hard as I could without going over the bars and under the car. So a little bit of technique, a little bit of luck. Thanks for all the support, guys. Now let's go for a ride. Bike blogger here. Never give up. Never, never, never. We're gonna finish this bike commute now. Last week I had an accident with a car. Car hit me. Back on the road. Not gonna let it bother me. So let's finish this bicycle commute. I started it, I'm gonna finish it. So I got hurt. I'm doing a little better now. Trying to take it easy on my left arm, which was injured. Healing pretty good, I think. I just don't want to, you know, tear anything, so I'm gonna take it kind of easy today on my way to work. Yeah, the last video was an extra long video because I was going a different way. I was taking, going through University City. I think at the beginning of this video I'll show you what exactly happened to my bicycle. At the left here. Watching those cars. There really wasn't much I could do looking back on it in the situation. It takes approximately 15 feet to stop a bike that's going 15 miles per hour. And I was going about 15 miles per hour, I think. Like like what I'm doing now, according to that sign there. So yeah, it was less than 15 feet. So there really wasn't any way I could stop any faster. It was kind of scary to try to swerve a bike. You know, when you have very little time to react and look, because you don't want to swerve right into another car. So sometimes it's best to just go with what you know and not with what you don't. Like the unknown. I know I'm gonna have an accident here, but if I can slow down and make it so my my velocity into the car is maybe, I don't know, 3 miles per hour, that could be quite a bit less of a bad accident versus going, you know, 15 miles per hour into a vehicle that's you know, traveling at, I don't know, 40 miles per hour or however fast that car was going. Like I said though, don't let it get you down. Don't give up. I certainly won't. Thinking about it like a competition or something, I'm not gonna let the motorists win. The more of us that are out here, the more aware everybody should be. Awareness, I think that's what will make the roads safer for cyclists in the long run versus infrastructure and everything else. If just more of us are on the road, people will just have to become accustomed to you know, seeing us on the road and knowing how to deal with that. Maybe they'll actually put it in a you know, a driver's ed program or something. What to do when you see a cyclist in front of you. Do you pass when safe, giving them at least 3 feet on the side? Do you just go around when you think it's safe? Do you honk at them? Do you yell at them? Do you tell them to get off the road? I mean, just educating people that cyclists have just as much of a right, or I guess a privilege, to ride on the road just like any car, or in some cases, you know, golf carts and other sort of modes of alternative transportation. Just educating people, and just if more people rode their bikes, you know, I think the world will be a lot safer place for us cyclists. So it's kind of a catch-22, you know. Talked about this before in a previous video, you know, where all the bike commuters are, and how to promote safety on the road, and you know, what comes first, you know, chicken or the egg, the bicyclist or the infrastructure. Well, all of the above, I say, for sure, but you know, good infrastructure, not stupid infrastructure, but that's up for debate as well. But just awareness, just, you know, little paint marks on the road of a cyclist, you know, it just kind of makes people think like, hey, maybe I'll run into, maybe I will encounter a cyclist on this road. Just get people thinking a little bit, because it doesn't seem to be enough thinking when people are driving cars. They're just kind of zoning out, dazing out, spacing out. Be pretty dangerous. Distracted drivers, all that jazz. I ride my bike every day, and you know, I don't really come into many you know, scary scenarios. You learn, you know, it's a learning, it's a process, reading the road, but trust no one. I will say from this past experience, what I've learned is to take extra caution when I'm at a green light. Don't just assume that, you know, you got the right of way, that, you know, people are going to give way to you, you know, because even though I think most people understand red light means stop, green light means go, if they're distracted, it doesn't matter. If they're under the influence, it doesn't matter. I don't know, you know, if, oh look, this gate's open, cool, let's go out this way. I don't know if, you know, throwing someone in jail is really going to change that, but I think awareness will. I'm not really, you know, if I was hurt worse than I was, yeah, they did kill my bike, so I'm pretty upset about that. But if I was hurt worse than I was, I'm just kind of relieved I wasn't as badly injured. sure, I'd be even more angry. And I am angry, you know, that I got hit. But I'm not blaming myself. I'm definitely blaming the motorists because it was absolutely their fault. But how do you change that? How do you change people's minds? How do you change the world? One step at a time. One step at a time. This is a really busy street, so I'm gonna wait a little bit here. So I want to be extra safe because I want to finish this commute this time to work. Okay. Alright, watching the traffic motion here. There's a red light to my right, so not that they would stop, but I saw them stop, so that's a good thing. Whew. Warm day today, 93 Fahrenheit. Pretty warm. Yeah, I think this is the same battery I had during my accident. So we're gonna have to hurry up and finish this video safely. And if you have any other questions, let me know. Don't be afraid. The video I posted last time was it was kind of scary, but it's reality. You know, these things happen. Sometimes they can't be avoided. It's true, but it's the same thing for anything. Sometimes it can't be avoided. You know, you're in an airplane. The pilot decides to just end it all, take a nosedive or run into a mountain. There's just things you can't control. You hope society filters these things out for you, but it's reality. You can't let it get you down. I mean, especially if you're of the opinion that, you know, what could you have done? You couldn't have done anything. You did the best you can with the cards you were dealt. So, you know, don't dwell on it. Enjoy life. Alrighty then. So it's supposed to rain off and on this week. I do have a replacement bike. I'm riding my Eastway Emitter R1. This is a different bike, obviously, than the one that got crashed into a car, got smashed. See, this bicycle though, this is like twice as expensive as my other bike, and I haven't been riding it as much as my other bike, but now I'm definitely gonna be riding it more because it's my only dedicated bike really set up right now to go back and forth. Let's make a left here. Go back and forth to work. Being that it's a carbon fiber bike, unlike my steel bicycle that was in the accident, I don't know what would have happened if I had an accident with this bike. Possibly it would have snapped in two. So that does make me second guess using a carbon fiber bike as a commuter bike. Besides it being more expensive, obviously, it can be more fun maybe, but you know, would it really be as safe as a steel framed bicycle in an accident like what happened to me? And I don't plan to ever get hit by a car again, but you know, these things happen, or you fall over, have some sort of accident. In the worst case scenario, or in the least worst case scenario, you know, your bike breaks in half, and you have to buy another carbon fiber bike or something. But in a more worst scenario, your bike breaks in half, and you know, you don't have any control over the brakes anymore because, you know, your handlebars snap off or something, you know. Most of the parts of this bike are carbon fiber except the handlebars. They are aluminum, and that's not by accident. There's no real point to carbon fiber, I don't think, at least for the handlebar and stem.
know, not all materials are equal, but I think aluminum is just fine. Maybe a little safer. It depends on the type of impact. You know, carbon fiber is stronger in certain directions than others. But in an impact, you know, like you're running into a car, I think the metal would win. I think that would stay connected at least to your bike in one way or another, so you can still use the brake levers, which is kind of critical when you get into a situation where it's getting kind of hairy and you don't want to get impaled by your bicycle or something. Oh well, I digress. Well, we're here now, we're at work. Thanks for coming along with me. This is Bike Commute to Work. We finally finished it, and never give up. Never, never, never. See you next time.